Usually, the first thing that we do once we've finished writing our speech is simply reread it over and over again. However, it is so important that we make sure we are continuously editing and applying feedback to our speech to make it the best that it can be. Knowing this, we have formed a 3-step preparation cycle that you can follow to get the best out of your speech. My name is Anna from Speaking Schools Australasia, and today I am going to go through the best methods that you can use to practice and memorize your speech. The first step in our cycle is to actually practice your speech. Now, it is important that when you are practicing, you are using the proper stance by standing up straight, holding your head high, and using your palm cards correctly. This is so that you know how it will actually feel when you present your speech, and you aren't just simply reading it in your head. The second stage in our preparation cycle is for you to practice your speech either to another person, such as a parent or a teacher, or even to a camera so that you can watch it back. Now, when you're practicing, make sure that you do it properly so that you can receive accurate feedback. And make sure to take notes of any pointers that you receive so that you do not forget them. Let's take a look at an example. Paul here has been preparing a speech, and let's see what it will look like for him to present to another person and receive their feedback.
The ocean as we know it is drowning in plastic pollution. There are single-use plastic bags and bottles in our waterways that are destroying our coral and harming our aquatic animals. We need to be taking more action to reduce the amount of waste we produce so we can save our oceans and ecosystems.
Now, let's see what Mark has to say in terms of feedback.
So Paul, I thought you did a really good job in that speech, and you really expressed yourself and why you thought that plastic pollution was such a bad thing really, really well. There are 3 things that I think you should really work on though, just when you next practice it before you get up and present in front of the class. The first thing I want you to think about is I want you to think about standing up tall and strong. So I want you to put your shoulders back, and I want you to make sure that rather than holding the palm cards down here, you're holding them up here so you can look at the audience as well. The second thing I want you to think about is rather than holding your palm cards in 2 hands, I want you to hold them in 1, just so you can use the other hand to gesture, because that'll help make the speech more engaging for your audience. And the third thing I want you to work on is just at the end of each sentence, I want you to use a colored pen and just write a little dot. And whenever you do that, whenever you see a little dot, I want you to look up at your audience and show a little bit more eye contact, just to help make your speech more engaging and know that let the audience know that you're talking to them rather than at them.
Now, let's leave Paul for a second, because the third step in our cycle is to actually go through the feedback that you've received and apply it to your speech. This could involve making changes to the content in your speech after maybe your parent or teacher gives you some fresh ideas, or it could involve fixing up your presentation skills, such as your pacing or your eye contact, to make your speech even stronger than it was before, because no one can write a perfect speech straight away. Let's take a look at Paul practicing his speech once again. Keep an eye out for how his speech has improved after he's incorporated Mark's feedback.
The ocean as we know it is drowning in plastic pollution. There are single-use plastic bags and bottles in our waterways that are destroying our coral and harming our aquatic animals. We need to be taking more action to reduce the amount of waste we produce so we can save our oceans and ecosystems.
Once you have corrected your speech to the feedback and improved it, it is time to begin the cycle again, where you will A, practice your speech properly, B, present it to another person for feedback, and C, apply that feedback to make it even stronger. Hopefully, after watching this video, you have learned a little bit more about how best to prepare for a presentation that is coming up. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and we wish you luck for any future speeches. See ya!